Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you to the great and most beautiful Madam Siti Hajar binti Muhammad Tahir because has give guides to us in subject of organizational behavior. I hope that you and all my friends in a good condition. Firstly, let me introduce myself. My name Rawani binti Abdul Rani. I will present with my group members. That is Luqman Hakim bin Farid, Muhammad Afham bin Abdullah, Muhammad Zarif bin Muhammad Kamal, and Muhammad Zulfadli bin Zamri. Today, me and my friends will explain more about the chosen topic, that is a decision making. Alright, without wasting time, let's listen to the introduction about this topic from Luqman Hakim bin Farid.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Luqman Hakim bin Farid, entry number I19103838. Okay, today I will present about a decision making topic. Okay, first, every organization needs to make a decision at one point or other as part of managerial process. Decisions are made in the best interest of the organization. For that matter, decisions made by the organization are to lighten the way forward. Be it strategic, business activities, or HR matters, process of making decision is complex, involves professionals of different gender. While small organization involves all levels of managers, complex organization largely depends on a team of professionals specially trained to make all sort of decision. But remember, such a body alone cannot come out with final decision. Here the point is, decision making is the process is cumulative and consultative process. The process on the whole bears its pros and cons and would by and large eminent result and consequence in the organization overall growth and prospect. Discussion and consultation are two main tools that support and eventually bring out the decision. For instance, to take a decision on how to embark on new business activity suggested by strategic management team must have developed through series of consultative process, which is now available with implementation team. Here we see the cumulative effect of decision taken at one point by a different body of affairs. Decision taken by strategic managers is to push new and innovative business line or initiative. At this point, the decision taken by such team becomes consultative point for discussion for implementation professional. Then, the final decision to roll out a product or service is through cumulative interim decision taken by various internal and external parties. And also, the final decision is reflective and found on research and consultation. Whole process is a chain affair where one decision taken at one point and at one level shall have far-reaching implication in the way an organization moves forward. As a matter of fact, capable of taking critical decision is one of the many attributes that every manager should have, be it top level or middle or entry level. By nature, a human being during his existence and by virtue of his instinct makes decision for his survival. As social psychologists put it, by and large, managers are polished individuals to take decision to affect others. Example, the organization existence and growth through is annotative with human endeavor to live and succeed. Success on decision taken, be it by an individual or an organization. Okay, that's all. Thank you.
My name Rawani binti Abdul Rani. My metric number I19304121. I'll describe the process of decision making in a group. Decision making is a process. Is a process of making a choice by identifying a decision, gathering information, and assessing alternative resolution. There have a seven step of decision making process. I will explain one by one according to the step given. The first step is you must identify the decision. You realize that you need to make a decision. Try to clearly define the nature of the decision you must make. The first step is a very important step. The second step is you have to gather relevant information, collect some pertinent information before you make your decision. What information is needed? The best source of information and how to get it. The step involves both internal and external work. Some information is internal. You will seek it through a process of self-assessment. Other information is external. You will find it online, in book, from other people, or from other source. Step 3. Identifying the alternative. As you collect information, you will probably identify possible path of action or alternative. You can also use your imagination and additional information to contrast new alternative. In this step, you will list all possible and desirable alternative. Step 4. With the evidence, draw on your information and emotions to imagine what it would be like if you carry out each of the alternative to the end. Evaluate whether the need identified in step 1 will be met or resolved through the use of each alternative. As you go through this difficult internal process, you will begin to favor certain alternative, those that seem to have a higher potential for reaching your goal. Finally, place the alternative in a priority order based upon your own value system. Step 5. Choose among alternatives. Once you have weighed all the evidence, you are ready to select the alternative that seems to be best one for you. You may even choose a combination or alternative. Your choice in step 5 may very likely be the same or similar to the alternative you place at the top of your list at the end of step 4. Step 6. You have to take an action. You are now ready to make some positive action by beginning to implement the alternative you choose in step 5. And the last step is step 7. And the last step is you have to review your decision and its consequence. In this final step, consider the result of your decision and evaluate whether or not it has. Alright, that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
My name is Muhammad Afham bin Abdullah. My metric number is I19203883. The meaning of making decision group in the process of making a choice by identifying a decision, gathering information, and assessing alternative resolution. Using a step-by-step decision-making process can help you make more deliberate, thoughtful decision by organization, relevant information, and defining alternative. Alright, now we go to the second point is how to group make decision. Here we have 6 ways group make decision. Firstly, unanimous. A unanimous decision occurs when all agree without reservation. They are easier for trivial matters, but very difficult for important and or higher pressure situation. Be careful not to confuse unanimity with consensus. After that, in consensus, each person agrees to support the decision. Thought all might not agree and give us his or her consent. Despite differing perspective, all agree that they can live with the decision. Consensus is the process most likely to ensure that each person's input is valued, heard, and considered. Then majority rule decision made when more than half the group vote in favor. This process is used frequently in democracies and rarely in organizations. Majority decision, as which any voting situation risks that you want have full support, and that those not in agreement which the majority may do something less than helpful later. It also carries the possibility of establishing an use versus them mentality. Besides, in this scenario, the group delegates the decision-making responsibility to an expert or small subgroup. This type of process is good for situations that do not require the entire group's participation. After that, in executive decision, the leaders makes the call. Most decisions are executive and should be. The big mistake is that often the keen and amount of participation leading up to this kind of decision making is what it should be. The best decision making is typically a highly participative executive decision. This approach is critical when dealing with issues such as team decision and mission. Then in this scenario, a decision is made by action, or more likely inaction that force a conclusion. It is a powerless form of decision making, and is best avoided. Okay, next slide. Last point is technique how group make a decision. Firstly is brainstorming. The main point of these brainstorming meetings is to generate as many suggestions as possible. Oftentimes, these gatherings are more geared toward developing new ideas than they are in making a final decision. But in some cases, one idea will stand out from the others and be chosen as the resolution. Second, nominal group technique. This unique group decision making strategy takes brainstorming one step further by including a voting process. But the nominal group technique is not as simple counting how many hands are raised for each available option. Instead, each member of the group is given the opportunity to place their vote and also give an explanation as to why they feel it is the best choice. Third, Delphi technique. When a team truly struggles to reach a consensus for a major decision, you may need to step in and narrow down the options for them. The Delphi technique takes all the ideas and compiles them for the manager of the group to break down into a smaller amount of possibilities. Her or she then takes the remaining option back to the group for their consideration. The last is a meeting electronic. Devices or information technology such as internet, video conferencing, and social networking sites are used to discuss a problem without having to meet face to face. Able to generate a lot of ideas from widely dispersed participants. That's all from me.
Ya, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Zahri bin Muhammad Kamal. ID Matic I182031880. Okay, today I want to I'm from group decision making. Okay, today I want to discuss about advantage of good decision making. Okay, first, diversity in opinion. As a main group has a lot of members and they are individual, come from different background, so they have unique and different idea and opinion. Okay, maksud dekat sini kepelbagaian pendapat sebagai kumpulan mempunyai banyak ahli dan mereka sebagai individu berasal dari pelbagai latar belakang sehingga mereka mempunyai idea dan pendapat yang unik dan berbeza. Okay, dekat sini dalam untuk dapatkan satu pendapat tu, setiap individu dan kumpulan tu ada latar belakang yang beza, so idea pun datang daripada yang berbeza. Okay, kedua, participant and interest of individual. When a person dedicate and interest, it promotes more innovative idea and plan which make decision promise. Okay, yang kedua ni maksudnya penyertaan dan minat individu. Apabila seseorang tu berdedikasi untuk buat sesuatu yang diorang minat, so diorang akan promosikan idea yang lebih inovatif dan menjanjikan rancangan yang menjanjikan keputusan yang baik lah. Okay, yang ketiga positive and understanding members. The member of the group must have a natural gaps or nation sense on members must accept the decision. Okay, kat sini maksudnya dapat ahli yang positif dan memahami. So anggota kumpulan mesti mempunyai anggota yang menerima keputusan tanpa mengira kualitinya kerana ia memberi kesan kepada kumpulan secara seluruh. Okay, keempat, the collective contribution of idea. The group discussion must help in the remove of the monopoly barrier in the decision making progress. Okay, yang keempat maksudnya sumbangan idea kolektif. Pembincangan dalam kumpulan membantu dalam menghapuskan halangan monopoli dalam proses membuat keputusan. Okay, yang kelima, team building. Active engagement from all members of the group contribute to the team's morale and the development of a healthy and cooperative connection among the member of the team. Okay, yang kelima maksudnya pembentukan pasukan. Penglibatan aktif dalam semua ahli kumpulan akan menyumbang kepada semangat pasukan dan pengembangan hubungan yang sihat dan bekerjasama di antara ahli-ahli pasukan. Okey, maknanya kat sini kalau dalam kumpulan Okay, individu dalam kumpulan tu akan memberi saingan yang sihat dan bekerjasama dalam semua antara ahli pasukan. Keenam, democratic decision making. In comparison to individual decision making, which is more authoritative, the group decision making also involve more collective collaboration making in democratic. Okay, maksudnya kat sini pembuatan keputusan demokratik berbanding dengan pembuatan keputusan secara individu. Proses pembuatan keputusan berkumpulan lebih banyak kolektif dan menjadikannya demokratif. Okay, yang last sekali, including information. When people share their ideas and opinion in a group, more information and ideas are shared than when people make decision alone. Okay, kat sini maksud dia bila mengambil satu keputusan, waktu ada maklumat yang banyak. Apabila orang berkongsi secara kumpulan, lebih banyak idea dan maklumat daripada orang individu secara berseorangan. Iaitu kalau individu ni dia punya idea terhad. Okey, itu je. Terima kasih.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Okay, my name is Muhammad Zulfadli bin Zabri. Okay, today I will continue the presentation. Disadvantages of group decision making. Consumption of time. The group discussion making technique often consume and take more time to come to a conclusion which is accepted by each individual in the group. Meaning that you have to wait for others' opinion in making final decision. It will take some time to conclude the discussion. Okay, then different ideas and opinions. In the group discussion, all the participants involved have their ideas, which are their favorites, in turn protecting their interests. You will face a lot of differential in giving opinion and ideas. It will also lead to an argument before making the right decision. The third one is being silent in disagreement. At time, when the decision process in group is being carried out, some members agree in favor of certain decision just for agreeing or following the norms agreement. Okay, some of the members in the group didn't give attention and just agreed. Meanwhile, being disagreed in silence. It is because when you're in a group discussion, there will be an argument if there's a different opinion or ideas. So just didn't want to involve in that particular agreement and just being silent. Okay, next, social pressure. When an individual of group remains silent at the time of the decision making process, one of the reasons may be the social pressure in that particular environment. Thus, this lead to the failure of being a group member. Okay, some of the members may be introvert person, so it will be helpless to other and it can lead to a bad result because of less communication between member and not being helpful. Okay, the last point is priorities on certain ideas. Some ideas are presented within the group. At times, the members of the group may only focus on a certain number of ideas, one or two alternatives only, and they may not focus or come up with other ideas that may benefit their group and the individual that it represents. Okay. It also can lead to one priority ideas, which is the most influenced person who give the ideas. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
That's all from our group. Thank you for watching. We hope what is presented to some extent can help you to understand about this topic. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.